Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining Beadly Speaking. I truly appreciate your support continuously. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for sharing our weekly episodes. Today, I want to talk to you about gratitude and just being thankful. We're coming off of the Thanksgiving break. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I did, spending time with my family. I want to talk about gratitude in a way, not necessarily in terms of things, but just gratitude in terms of life. Now, some of you have been following my journey where I mostly talk about lupus. And today I want to talk about Sjogren's. So 3 years ago, Thanksgiving 2015, I woke up the day after Thanksgiving and the right side of my face started hurting, and it was like a big knot, like right below my ear. And I was like, what the heck is that feeling? I never had that before, at least not in my adult life. I remember having that feeling as a kid, and they kept saying it was mumps. I'm like, how many times can a kid have mumps, right? So that was that Friday. Saturday, same thing, and it was swelling up a little bit. By Sunday, the swelling got a little bigger, and by Monday, my face had swole up really bad. And I went to work, and I went to the doctor right after that. My doctor had trouble examining my face because like just touching it was so painful, and it was so big, and she was like, I have to send you to the ER. So I went to the ER and they admitted me. So that was the Monday after Thanksgiving, and they kept me the entire week. So 3 years ago this week, I was in the hospital the entire week because of a Sjogren's flare up. Up until that point, I knew I was diagnosed with Sjogren's, but I didn't know how serious a flare was and what it entailed. So basically with Sjogren's, it's your saliva glands not producing enough saliva. And what happened was there was an infection in my glands, and it made my face swell up so much that it was, the infection was so close to the bone. The doctor said I came in at a good time, otherwise I may have died. And I just want to show you, I was going through my phone and I found these pictures, and I was like, oh my God, let me just show you a little bit of what, this was me in the hospital 3 years ago, just how serious it was. And they had me on so much medication. I literally was so high I could touch Jesus, okay? Like I couldn't even stand or walk on my own because I was just so highly medicated. And they would come in, I think like 3 times a day, and literally massage the side of my face, and then put a warm compress on it each time, try to get the swelling down. It was the craziest thing. So I know I talk about lupus a lot, but that Sjogren flare really made me wake up and realize that that's a real thing. And so it made me really grateful, because I think about all the times when I was little, growing up in Jamaica, and I had like, you know, that hard knot that popped up right below my ear and then right in front of my ear, and the doctors would say it was mumps. And like I said, how many times can a kid have mumps? And I didn't know what it was back then, and to get older now, find out that all along it was Sjogren's. So now I actually take medication to help me produce enough saliva so that I never get dried out like that and have an infection again. As a matter of fact, right after I got out the hospital, they ordered a sonogram of my face. I thought that was really strange, just to have them going through my face with a thing like, you know, they do on a woman's belly when she's pregnant. And I was like, do you find any kids in there? You know, I know I got chubby cheeks. Do you see any kids growing? And the lady that was doing the sonogram was cracking up. But what they found were cysts growing in here, but they're not abnormal, so they say. And basically keeping me hydrated and me taking the medication will prevent those cysts from flaring up. So who knew? I didn't up until that point. It was a wake-up call. So the whole piece on being, you know, grateful for information. We take so much for granted. And just going through that experience, it made me aware of just how to better take care of me, you know. So not just grateful for the information, but now I can be proactive. You know, since then, that was 2015. A year later, 2016, literally around that same time, I felt that spot again, and like this tingling in my ear, and I was like, oh no, we're not about to do this. I went straight to the doctor. I didn't even wait for it to start swelling up. That knot came, and I went straight to my doctor. I called my primary care, and I was right in their office. So I'm able to react a little different now, instead of waiting, saying, oh, it's nothing, it will go down, and turn out to be something major. So just being proactive and knowing your body, you know, living with something like that has really made me more cautious and knowing what to do and what not to do. So definitely drinking a lot of water. I've really been struggling with staying away from sugar lately. I'm not even gonna lie. I really fell into the trap, this whole sugar thing. Maybe it's the holiday and the stress of it all, but you know, trying to stay away from a lot of sugary things, because that really makes me that dries me out even more. I've noticed that. So drinking more water, less juice and less sodas, that has been very helpful. But also, like I said, taking the medication. I'm supposed to take that like 4 times a day, but I don't, because it also gives me hot flashes, and I ain't about that hot flash life. So I can only deal with the hot flash 1 time. So I only take it once a day, and the doctor agrees that that's fine. So, hey, it works for me. I ain't gonna tell you not to take it 4 times if you've been ordered to do that, but my doctor and I worked out an agreement, so we good with that. In terms of the last 5 years since I've been living with lupus, I also learned that it's good to document things. So having that experience helped me to pay attention to signs and document, you know, whenever, you know, that experience happens. So I know what the signs are, the triggers for that. And just with any flare-ups, because they're not usually all the same. You might have, you know, symptoms that are similar, but not the same. So documenting when you have issues with flare-ups, and especially if you live in the colder region, pay attention. It's getting cold, or in our case here, it's cold already. So making sure that, you know, you dress warm. I'm not the person who likes to wear hats and cover my ears and none of that, but I'll throw a hoodie on in a second now so that I'm warm and my ears are covered and my head is covered. So being mindful of those things, you know, taking better care of myself. But I just wanted to come on here and just share a little bit of, you know, just how grateful I am for what could have been something totally gone wrong, you know, 3 Thanksgivings ago, and here we are in 2018. So it's just a lot to be thankful for. So again, I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Don't forget to share this information. I don't know how many of you are living with Sjogren's. If you are, with me, it's a dual diagnosis with lupus and Sjogren's. It's an overlap. If that's you, drop some information, you know, share your comments below. Join the conversation. Let's talk about it, because so many people are living with, I don't want to say dual, but multiple diagnoses, and are really doing well with their journey, and some people are not doing so well. So we want to encourage our friends who are having struggles, because if you'd have told me 3 years ago everything was going to be all right, I would have looked at you and probably cursed you out. I didn't believe it. So things can change. So if that's you and you're going through a lot right now, keep your head up. It's possible, you know, that it will get better. It just takes sometimes a lot more work. I didn't believe it could, but the moment I started believing, things started getting better. Like the universe probably just heard my cry, and I put in some work. Again, like one person commented on a video that I posted and said it's not that easy for other people to just put on their Superman cape or their Superwoman cape. It's really not, and I'm not saying that it is for everybody. I'm just sharing my experiences with y'all. I'm not saying it's easy and anybody should just get up and run out here and go jogging in 20-degree weather. And no, again, everything that I share with you are my experiences. The people that I sit down with and have conversations with, those are their experiences. We're sharing with you so that you don't feel alone in your struggles that you're going through. And hopefully it gives you hope so that where you are right now, you don't feel like you always be there. And that's the goal. I felt like I was going to be in that place for forever, and it didn't happen that way. So I pray that things turn around for you, and I pray that you continue to have a blessed rest of 2018, and just continue to take care of yourself. Do what you need to get better. Get your rest, and take care of yourself how you feel the best. Share this video, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Thank you for joining us.